You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Okay, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, today was Roger Goodell's press conference, okay? And it has become something of a farce, all right? It's now hosted in a moderating kind of fashion, almost like a talk show. And by the way, people that were getting access to it are no longer getting access to it. People like Mike Florio can no longer get in to the press conferences. Why? Because he's not afraid to actually ask the NFL, hey, you are aware that fans, there's some fans that believe the NFL is either scripted or rigged. What say you, Roger Goodell, considering you decided to crawl into bed with BetMGM and, the Manning commercials or whatever it is Kevin Hart's doing right now with Fitzmagic and playoffs, that thing. And the fact is the NFL has a bit of a perception problem. Many fans believe the NFL has become AEW or WWE wrestling. And it's something that, the league needs to address publicly, that they are aware, that at least the fans understand or think. Look, what are you doing to combat that? In other words, what are you doing to keep fans from feeling that way? And it's not just a couple of fans. It's not. I bet it's up. I bet when we started really covering the NFL on this channel, it was about 10%. My gut feeling is it's 20%. After that Lions-Cowboys fiasco, the floodgates opened. Let me tell you that. The floodgates opened, and it already looked bad after Bengals-Chiefs last year during the AFC Championship game. So this thing was even moderated by CBS's Tracy Wolfson. You get where I'm going. So Charlene Williams was let in. If the NFL hadn't let Charlene Williams in, as long as she's been covering the NFL and, of course, covering the Dallas Cowboys at one time, a very long, illustrious career, I don't know how the NFL would have actually justified that. But nonetheless, she was let in, and she asked the uncomfortable questions. I can only believe that Roger Goodell somewhat felt like Ned Beatty from Deliverance while he was having to answer this question. But here we are. So, the good news, this is where we start. Even though I wasn't invited, talking about Florio, my spot went to various others who apparently spend more of their lives covering and in turn promoting the sport that Goodell runs. In other words, the NFL just got called out for only catering to people that make them feel warm and fuzzy, generally speaking. So Charlene Williams was invited, and she asked the question that Florio would have asked, and me if I'd have gotten a chance. You said in 2012, if gambling is permitted freely on sporting events, normal incidents of the game, such as bad snaps, drop passes, turnovers, penalties, and play calling, inevitability will fuel speculation, distrust, and accusations of point shaving or game fixing. Fast forward to now, do you see that speculation happening? And what is the NFL doing to counter it or prevent it? Charlene asked. So in other words, are you aware that people think the NFL is rigged, or at least some people do, or that it's scripted? So this is what Goodell came back to say. Quote, that's exactly what I was talking about before, is protecting the integrity, Goodell said. Referring to his opening back and forth with Tracy Wolfson, making sure that our fans understand what they see out there does not have any undue influence. We have to educate our personnel. That goes from owners to players to coaches to everyone in the organization to everyone at the league level to our partners. Making sure that they understand that while people can speculate, people can have perceptions. We have to hold that standard as high as we possibly can. Quote, I haven't heard an awful lot of that, but you do hear it. Then you're not keeping a low enough ear to the ground, Goodell. I'm just saying it. You're not listening. Because I can tell you, for about a full 48 hours after one of these crazy-ass games, like the Lions-Cowboys or Bengals-Chiefs, and actually, I think after Lions-Cowboys, we were getting thousands upon thousands of views a week later. I'm just telling you. People are asking a hell of a lot of questions about your referees. Why did you call this? Why did you not hear the guy check in? Etc. There are people out there that say those things, whether they're irresponsible or not. I think we've proven it in the way we enforce those rules. We have suspended a number of players for betting on the NFL or involvement with gambling activity. We have suspended a number of personnel both at the club level and at the league level for the same. At the league level? Who at the league level have you actually suspended? Inquiring minds would love to know that. We've actually terminated employees. Okay. Nobody involved in officiating anywhere. So we do that. We take this incredibly serious. So we understand the risk. We did not make the decision. Ultimately, the decision was a decision by the Supreme Court when they legalized sports betting. Quote, we have to adapt. We have to embrace it. We have been cautious. We have been very thoughtful, I think, in our approach. But we know the risk, and protecting the integrity is number one. I mean, that's his answer. I don't know that it's a good one. You know, I haven't heard it an awful lot. Then you're not paying very good attention to social media after one of these games. Or during one of these games, and then after one of these games. Because the world explodes with people believing the NFL is rigged and or scripted. And it's not a bunch of tinfoil hat wearing kooks. It's not. Okay? People believe the NFL is trying to influence things in certain directions, so they make sure that certain things happen that will benefit the NFL from a money standpoint or from a rating standpoint. Taylor Swift's in the Super Bowl now, isn't she? I'm just saying. That's sort of a perfect example. All right? Oh, you got Patrick Mahomes back in the Super Bowl. You got Travis Kelce, and you got Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl for all the media to see and for the broadcast network that is going to show the game to flash on the screen over and over and over again. By the way, and to get her fans to tune in on top of it. By the way, I believe the NFL is getting $7 million large for every ad this year. All right? Do I think that was scripted? Do I think it was rigged? Probably not. But you see my point? Perception. All right? The people that are suspicious, I guarantee you, are a hell of a lot more suspicious this Super Bowl week than they were, let's say, 2 Super Bowls ago. I'm just pointing that out. I'm just pointing it out. Wow. Okay. Tell me what you think, black and white sports supporters. Was Roger Goodell squirming? Was there a hillbilly behind Roger Goodell when he was answering the question? Did anybody pick up on a squeal like a pig or you got a pretty mouth while he was having to answer these questions? Anybody? Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.